Probably our biggest issue on kickoff was we were like very individual, which I do think that we tightened it up like more, and I have seen like improvement in us like in our like low number situations. It doesn't really matter the opponent. We're just at a spot right now where we're just looking for a win.
Hey guys, this is Pedro back with another interview covering VCT Americas Split 1. I'm here accompanied by Cryocells of 100 Thieves, who are just coming off of a 2-0 loss to Sentinels in their opening match of said split. And so, Cryo, once again, thank you so much for taking the time. I really appreciate it. And yep, tough way to go down to Sentinels, for the opening match of the season for you guys. I mean, yeah, for you, just how are you taking this in?
I mean, take it as any other loss, but definitely would have liked to start out the season with a win. Um, yeah, I think I think macro wise we were pretty good, but it just came down to like the team fights and like the micro. So nothing to be really proud of yet.
Yeah, it really is a tough pill to swallow given the fact that, Sentinels are coming in with John Cutie. I think with less than a day from landing in to LA from Morocco. Just it was mentioned a little bit about how the team was preparing for the possibility of Sentinels playing with Curry. And so, how did you guys go about your preparation? Judging by whether or not Sentinels was going to play with John Cutie or Curry in that regard.
Our prep didn't really change if John or Curry was playing either one. It was just still the same. We just kind of try to study for overall trends on how they're going to play, and we didn't look into it too much. But yeah,
Yeah, and what was exactly, well, of course, given the fact that you guys faced Sentinels earlier on in the year back in kickoff, I'm sure you guys were preparing for the most as you can for this go around for this rematch. And what were some of the kind of things that you guys were just emphasizing on looking at looking at primarily speaking for this rematch, and how did that kind of preparation kind of diverge from what actually happened in the series?
I mean, our what we did in our prep, nothing really changed in the match. To be honest, I mean we don't go into like prep like too hard. We just go for like general trends, like overall play style. We don't like hard counter. Like we're not gonna assume that they're gonna do like the exact same things every match. So we're more focused on our own game.
Well, in that case, what kind of trends were you guys looking at for this match of Sentinels?
Um, I mean, we don't. I don't really want to go over it like personally. So
Okay, I understand that. Looking at you in particular, Krauso, and your performance, of course, obviously you performed as the best player within the team in this series, but such is the case, um, uh, uh, with the team losing in the result. From you, looking at the series for you in particular, what do you think was kind of the most difficult aspect that you kind of had to look at as an individual in this series, taking on against Zekin, as your direct adversary, but also just taking on the rest of Sentinels who are just coming off of a Masters win. What were the biggest issues that you found from your point of view?
um, probably just how they play, how they play in every situation. They're very coordinated most of the time. Not a lot of like really solo peeking. Everything they do is kind of methodically thought out to be coerced like together. So it's kind of hard to find punishes or find timings. Um, yeah, that's probably the hardest part.
Focusing now on IceBLX, you guys were in the in position at the front, leading at the halftime, 7-5, I believe. And but then of course Sentinels then bounced back on attacking side with you guys on defensive side, winning it 13-10, and then that kind of then momentum played over into split. which is a map that, of course, everyone knows that Sentinels is very good at. And but so looking at Icebox, what do you think kind of went south for this team that kind of started the momentum in uh in an irredeemable fashion for you guys?
Um, we just weren't as together in the retakes and kind of low number situations. We thought we were reading them pretty well. We were kind of playing towards every site that they were going to hit, but just the way the map is, like sometimes you just can't hold the bomb site. It's just really really hard. Um, but yeah, like I said, they play really well in their post plants and low number situations, and I think they played it better than we did. So something to improve on for next time.
For sure, and yeah, hopefully this will be the stepping stone for finally attaining a win for this year, for this 100 Thieves squad. But yeah, now taking it a little bit to a different direction, just looking at how the team has progressed from kickoff to now at this current moment in time. Of course, given the fact that you guys were eliminated earlier on in that aforementioned event, do you think were some of the biggest issues that you guys identified and then tweaked from then up until now?
Um, Probably our biggest issue on kickoff was we were we were like very individual, which I do think that we tightened it up like more, and I have seen like improvement in us like in our like low number situations. But yeah, that was probably the biggest issue that we had for kickoff, and I think we have like some pretty solid improvement on it, but still not enough.
What about you in particular? Was there anything that you kind of focused on that you felt needed to be addressed?
Um, pr- just the same thing that I said. To be honest, it was a problem that all of us had on the team that we tried to get rid of quickly.
Yeah, for sure. And despite losing to Sentinels, of course, obviously you guys have gonna have a lot more matches to bounce back later on in the split. But yeah, I just want to know, like, where do you think on a scale of 1 to 10 is from with this team in terms of like collective form and just coordination, anything else of that like, and why?
Um, I think that NA or the Americas is just a region where like any team can win it. Like we saw that as Sentinels like winning the most previous tournament in Madrid. Like I think I think Sentinels winning shows that really any team any team given like any team in Americas, I feel like has a pretty good shot at winning. Um, we just you just all need to have like the right mindset for it and the right teamwork, and yeah.
Yeah, and focusing back on just your individual performance, looking at this year in particular, of course, you've been playing different ages besides from the Jet and other duelists, playing Astra in Split and stuff like that, in addition to other agents for this year. How do you think you have accommodated to just being more diverse in your agent pool for this year amidst like the current meta that just kind of emphasizes flexibility?
I think I've been I think I've been doing fine. I mean, on all of my teams before this one, or even until recently, I never really needed to flex off of just duelists. But I mean, it's not like that. It's not like I can't play those agents. I've just never needed to flex off of them in a competitive like environment, like for like a match. So I mean, I think I think I'm doing fine.
Of course, and now as you guys then focus towards the future, of course, you guys next upcoming opponents are G2, Cloud9, Crew, and then NRG. Just sort of final question, general mindset. What do you think of your next upcoming opponents, and how crucial do you think the team has to how crucial it is for you guys to finally get that first win and just finally start off on the right foot?
Yeah, I mean, we're always looking for a win. So of course we're gonna try to win any match that we play. It doesn't really matter the opponent. We're just at a spot right now where we're just looking for a win.
Of course, short and concise, and that's all that needs to be said. Cryo, thank you so much for taking the time and doing this since we really appreciate it. Best of luck goes to you and the team, and hopefully you guys are able to do exactly that in the next one.
All right, thank you.